Please welcome the Honorable William Thompson and presenter of the Public Service Award, JCRC CEO Emeritus, Michael Miller.
Good evening, everyone. First, I would like to congratulate not just the honoree, but the woman behind the man, and a warm round of applause for Elsie McCabe. Bill, we've known each other for over 3 decades. And during that entire period of time, during your entire public career, you have distinguished yourself quintessentially with a word that Tom mentioned, but your late father, Judge Thompson, would have used cavalierly, but you know as well. Tom, you're the quintessential mensch. You have stood consistently together, shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm, with the Jewish community of New York, with all the struggles that we've endured, whether it's building warmer relationships between the African American community and the Jewish community, whether it's advocating for and ensuring the safety and security of the State of Israel, whether it's battling against manifestations of BDS, or whether it's combating anti-Semitism and all forms of hatred. You have been a family member to us, and to me, a brother. It is truly my honor, ladies and gentlemen, to present to the Honorable William Thompson the Public Service Award from the Jewish Community Relations Council.
I'm a little overwhelmed, and thank you, Michael. Thank you for those incredibly kind words. I would say my friend, but my brother. Good evening, everybody. You know, it's the interview and the comments that you just saw were done months ago. And I forgot some of those comments. Michael and I sat next to each other and went, whoa. As he looked and said to me, you know, you really don't have to say much else. But let me start out first by thanking the leadership of the JCRC for honoring me this evening. Your president, your chair, Gideon, thank you, and your staff. And one of the things that they said to me, and I've got to ask later, was, you know, we don't have that many pictures of you. And I don't have that many pictures. And I've got to find out where they came up with all the photos tonight, because I want copies of those pictures. This is, and Michael had kind things to say about my wife. Thank you, hon. Thank you for always being there, for always having my back, and for helping to provide the energy that gets me up each and every day. Thank you. I love you so much. I was supposed to keep this within 2 minutes. I'm going to run a little over. Let me say something, and it was mentioned in my comments that you saw on the screen. Michael Miller, and I like to joke a little bit, and I had helped, heaven knows how many people go to Israel over a period of years and decades. But I finally went with Michael in 2002. In the middle of the Intifada. It was a mission of support. And when I say it took a few years off of Michael's life, and not just me, but the others in the group, we were a little bit of a difficult group to manage. Michael would say, stay close. I don't want to lose anybody here. And things are, If you remember, acts of terrorism were occurring on a regular basis. Except the group that we were there, we were inspired by the people of Israel, who went about their business each and every day without fear. There was a young woman that I remember who was in the hospital, and she had been caught in a blast. She was recovering, was in pretty good shape at that point, and she mentioned how in sleepovers, her and her friends would take pictures of each other. And I remember to this day, and this is 2002, they would take pictures of each other in case something happened to one, and they wouldn't forget her. And her strength and the comments that she made, I've remembered them over 20 years later, because her strength, her dignity, her fortitude, and the people that we met was just amazing. And each one of us was on that trip. Now, Congressman Adriano Espaillat, Ruben Diaz Jr., Betsy Gottbaum was on the trip, so many others. It left a major impression on us back then, and our support for the state of Israel. I'm going to give just a couple of comments and then stop talking. But again, Michael, thank you. And I know that, and when I say we took some years off his life, he would say, stay close. And every time he wound up turning around, we were some other place. We were in stores and shops. We were going to Sbarro to have lunch. It was a 2 or 3 block bus ride. He was like, we're going to get back on the bus and ride over. And we're like, no, it's only 3 blocks. We're going to walk. And Michael's like, you're killing me here. You're just wearing me out. You're taking years off my life. Thank you for being such a friend. I'm sorry for what we put you through on that trip. But we were inspired on that trip. We were incredibly inspired. Let me say how deeply moved I am to be honored tonight as part of your spring gala, especially along with Jeff and Jean. Congratulations to both of the honorees, incredibly distinguished individuals who do so much for this city and this country and state. The JCRC is and always has been a vital thread in the fabric of New York City. For as long as I can remember, and now it's starting to be a long time, the JCRC has dedicated itself to building relationships with New Yorkers of all backgrounds and faiths, with the singular goal of creating a more interconnected New York for all. I'm proud to say that I've had the privilege of being part of this important work with the JCRC over the years. Back in my Brooklyn Borough Deputy Borough President days, in the New York City Comptroller's Office, and today. But today, more than ever, that I can remember, the work of the JCRC is critically important to the future of our city, our state, and our nation. As the days go by, and in this country, we are more divided than I can ever remember. It is dangerous. When we should be more united in our efforts, our collective efforts to fight hate. I will continue to stand with the JCRC to conquer anti-Semitism, racism, and hate in all of its forms, and spread a message of tolerance, acceptance, and belonging. And again, thank you so much for having me as one of your honorees this evening. Thank you. Leave it. We'll get it later.